everybody, and welcome back to Life Full of Zest. So I've been doing a lot of running, and since hockey season has started, my legs are just getting worked. So I'm finding that with all of these types of workouts, my arms aren't getting any attention, and I want to just make sure that I maintain a good, healthy, balanced exercise regime. So today we are going to be working on our arms, just making sure that they get in that strength while I'm doing all these other types of exercises. I hope that you can join me today. Let's get straight into it. We're going to be starting with a little bit of a stretch, and then we'll progress into our arm workout. Let's start seated in the center of the mat. We're going to lift our arms up towards the sky and palms facing each other. We're just going to reach towards that left hand side, and as you do so, I want you to reach that right arm up and over. Imagine like it's being pulled towards that opposite corner. Inhaling back to center to do the same thing with the other side. And slowly coming back to center, we're going to just do a few of these. And as you reach towards the left, you're looking towards that side, coming back to center, drawing those glutes into the ground as you're working. And one more onto the left, coming back to center, and one more onto the right, coming back to center. I want you to bring those arms into T-points and palms are facing each other. We're just going to do little lifts up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and another 10. Keep working, keeping those arms lifting and lowering, little lifts up and down, just to get that movement. Now slowly turning those arms to face the walls to your sides, and I want you to do little circles going forward for 10, keeping that core tight, drawing those scaps down your back. 9, 8, 7, 6, keeping core tight even though we're working on those arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and changing direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bending those elbows into a rugby post position. Palms are facing in front of you. We are lifting up, and as we lift up, we're rotating those palms to face each other, then back down, back to rugby post. And as you're extending those arms, I want you to really focus on drawing those scaps down your back, and keep going. That's 6, 7, keeping that core tight, lengthening through that spine. 9 and 10. From here, back to rugby post position. We're squeezing our elbows back into extension. That's 1 and 2. I want you to really focus on drawing those gaps down that back as you're working. 3 and 4. Keep going. 5, 6. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, center. 8, 9, and 10. Lifting that left arm up, dropping that right elbow onto the mat, and reaching up and over, allowing that left part of your body to stretch out, drawing that glute onto the mat, and slowly lifting yourself back up, back into rugby post position, extending that right arm as you reach that right arm over towards the left. Allow that right side of your body to stretch out. Slowly coming back to center, bringing those arms back into that rugby post position. That was a light rest. We're getting straight back into it. We're going into that arm extension, then all the way back into that elbow squeeze. That's 1 and 2. Keep working. We're just getting into a nice rhythm, a good warm-up before we get into our deep activations. That's 5, squeezing. 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, extending those arms up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to keep those palms facing each other. We're going to do little circles with those arms. Just make sure that they are small, that those shoulders aren't rising towards your ears, and you're just keeping those movements small and fast. Let's keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and changing directions. Keeping that control and that stability. Don't strain that neck. If you feel like that neck is straining, then rather just stop and reset. let's slowly bring those arms out in front of us, and we're going to bring our arms into T-point, and we're just going to do nice big circles towards the front. Keep going, keeping that movement, coming back to center and changing directions, big circles towards that back. Now coming back into T-point, we're going to draw that left arm across that body, placing that right arm on that outside of that left shoulder, and just closing and stretching that left arm and shoulder as you draw that elbow towards your right shoulder. And slowly coming back to T-point, bringing that right arm across towards the left as you draw that left arm over, and stretching out that right arm, trying not to bring that shoulder up towards your ear, and slowly bringing those arms all the way up. And I want you to rotate yourself towards your right hand side, drawing both arms onto the mat and lifting yourself up into an all fours position. So you can have two variations for this next exercise. We can either have our knees on the mat as we do our push-ups, or we can have our legs extended off the mat as we do our push-ups. I'm going to start with the knees on the mat, keeping the hands shoulder width apart, and I want you to make sure that you are keeping those elbows close towards that body as you're going. So we're going to do 8 of these with little pulsations, keeping that core tight. That's 3 and 4. Chest to floor, trying not to slump too much. 7 and 8, and we're going to stay here, and little pulsations for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly leaning back into rest position. As you push those shoulders into the ground, you're walking your hands towards your left hand side, pushing your right shoulder into the ground, and then slowly walking your hands towards your right hand side, pushing your left shoulder into the ground, and slowly coming back to center. We're going to come back into that extended knee in plank position. We're going to drop ourselves into a knee in plank position and then lift ourselves back up. So we're going to start with 5, leading with our right hand. Again, if you want more of a challenge, you can keep your knees off the floor. Just make sure that you're not slanting from side to side as you're working. And changing over, leading with that left hand and keeping those shoulders away from those ears. And coming back up, straight into chest touches, keeping core tight, hands shoulder width apart. Deep breath in, exhale, left hand to right shoulder, back to center and other side. That's 2, stabilizing, keeping that core tight. And let's do 2 more on each hand after this one. That's 1 and 2. Coming straight down into plank position. I want all of us now, if you can, to lift your knees off the floor, and we are going to draw those glutes up towards the ceiling, then back into plank, extending right arm, then left arm, then back, lifting those glutes up towards the sky. That's the sequence. That's 1. We're doing 6 of these, keeping core tight. That's 3. Trying to keep that control as you lift those arms. 4. Keep working. And 5. We've got 1 more after this. And 6. Lifting your arms up, lifting your glutes up towards the sky as you push your head through those arms, and slowly walking your feet towards your hands, bending them and turning yourself into a seated position. want those hands comfortably behind you, fingers facing that body, knees are bent. We're going to lift ourselves up, glutes off the floor, hips to ceiling, and just stretching out, allowing those shoulders to stretch out. We're just going to hold in this pose for a few deep breaths, keeping core tight, activating those glutes. If you need to, you can bring those hands a little bit more away from that body, and if you find it more comfortable, you can push your hands the other way. Let's keep those glutes where they are. I want you to really focus on keeping that posture. We're just going to drop those arms down, then lift back up. And that's 1 and 2. Sucking belly to spine. 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Keep going. You should feel this one in your glutes as well as those triceps. And let's do little pulsations up and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and looking up towards the sky, getting back into that stretch. And slowly coming all the way back down, tucking those feet in under those glutes to come back into an all fours position. We're going to do our push-ups again. This time it's a push-up, chest touch, chest touch. That's 1. Again, you can lift those knees if you want to have more of a challenge. Keep going. I want you to feel that in those arms, biceps and triceps. And last one, all the way down. We're just going to hold here, just hovering off the floor. You're just a few centimeters from the mat. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and into rest position. Very nice. We've got one more set of sequences. Let's bring ourselves all the way onto that mat, entire body, tummy on the mat. We're going to bring our chin into neutral, bringing hands to sides, drawing those gaps down that back, opening that chest. We're going to lift those arms up towards the sky, and we're going to do little pulsations for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and another 10. Keep going. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending those hands into a fist. We're going to bend and extend those arms up towards the ceiling, then bend and extend them up. That's 2 and 3. Keep working. 4, 5, 6. Trying to keep your arms as close to your body as possible. And now we're going to lift and just draw those hands. You can open your hands now, just drawing them towards each other for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and another 10. Let's push. This is the last exercise, so let's give it all we have. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing those arms around and lifting yourself all the way up into rest position. Very, very well done. I'm feeling it all the way down my shoulders and into my arms. Feels good, but I'm ready to stretch out. Really, really well done. Let's lift ourselves into a seated position. We're going to lift that right arm behind your back, and I want you to take your left hand, bring it around your back of your head, and draw that elbow down to allow a nice tricep stretch. Just allow that body to recover. And as you're doing this, I want you to just reach towards the side, keeping those shoulders square. You're just opening and leaning towards that left hand side. And slowly coming back to center, extending both arms up towards the sky, bending left hand behind your back as you draw right hand towards left elbow, and just stretching out that left tricep. Now slowly leaning towards that right hand side. Now slowly extending both arms towards the sky, then into T position, drawing that right hand behind your back and placing that left hand on the side of your head as you draw that right shoulder towards the mat, doing a light pressure onto that right hand side of your head, just allowing a beautiful stretch into that neck. The key is in drawing that elbow of that right arm down towards the mat, just opening that neck. Now looking down and under that left shoulder to do that same thing. Now looking back to center, arms into T-point, placing left hand behind your back, right hand onto the left hand side of your head, drawing that left elbow into the ground, opening that neck. And now slowly looking under that right shoulder to do that same thing. And lifting those arms back up. And last little stretch, reaching arms up towards the sky as you circulate them all the way around and back into center. Very, very well done. I hope you had a good workout with me today, and I look so forward to seeing you in the next video. Just remember, the key to these exercises, as I always say, is quality over quantity. You want to make sure that you maintain a good activation when you're doing these workouts. I will see you in the next video.